Hi everyone, welcome back to part 32 of my TemTem playthrough. Last episode we went ahead and explored Nanga as well as Tukma. In this episode we are going to move forward and explore Kisiva. There is a small island in Kisiva that is open to explore. It's right next to Uhuru city. We also have a couple of tunnels to explore and a huge mountain area to explore as well. I believe this episode will be a bit longer as I am having a lot to explore. I'm hoping to add a new team member as well, so let's see if that is possible. But here is my current team. Everyone is at level 65. Here I'm back in Uhuru. This is probably the best place to start out as I do have a small quest to complete right here. Apparently after we did get the scroll or the TC from Aquamarina Cave back in Dennis, we do come back to Ige here and battle her for a second time. Of course we do have to defeat her once more. That's alright. As I do have Kazuma up in front, this should be pretty fun. Let's see how fast we can actually take these two TemTems down. I'm just gonna go ahead and use the powerful move Electric Storm. Right, one of the TemTem is down. As for the second one, thankfully it did not actually use any fire type moves. I was really worried about it. Alright, maybe I should have just switched out into attack. Yep, Kazuma is definitely going to go down. Ooh, never mind. Actually survived. The last TemTem is of course Oshera, which we gave to her. She has gone ahead and leveled it up to level 57, which is quite fast. But of course I'll have to definitely try and take it down. In this case it did go down for the turbine. If not, I would have definitely used Electric Storm. Since we do actually defeat her, she finally, I guess, accepts that taming and battling are actually pretty fun, and she's going to definitely try and do her best in it, which is really nice. We have to talk to her best friend here as well, who initially asked us to help her. We also get another item from him as well. So a lot of different items. But the only thing is that I would have to definitely see which ones I can equip to my team. We have one more quest to complete here, which was for the purple dye. Here's Ara, who had asked us. In this case, she actually asked us for the red dye. I guess the purple one is the next one that we have to find. That's alright. Now we do have this small area in the right side which is called Matop Road. This actually connects back to Wambi. If you remember, there is a cave in Wambi that was collapsed, and I believe it will be now cleared out, giving us a shortcut to Wambi, which is very helpful considering that we are going to go back and forth quite a few times. We also have a small side cave here. It just has a sticker. I'm not sure if there are any new TemTems here. Probably not. As far as we have seen, there aren't any new water type TemTems. We've already got all TemTems in this cave, so we really do not have to worry about it. As far as Kisiva goes, I believe I've covered all the TemTems that are available except Rolder, which I personally have not got yet. It's quite a rare encounter in the center cave in Taza Desert, so you definitely have to look for it for quite a bit before you'll be able to catch that TemTem. The next thing I do is go into Wambi Dojo to talk to that one character who is Elizabeth's brother to let him know that she is alright. We do have an option when we talk to Elizabeth to ask her to go back to her brother. I am not sure if it gives you a different dialogue, but I've never used that option. Either way, once I do come out of there, I missed another sticker here back in Naru Lodge, so I'm just exploring it once more. There's also a small area in Naru Lodge. It's actually a lift that we have yet to take. I think we can actually explore that on a later stage. For now, I'm going to just go ahead and accept the quest from the receptionist here. She would require us to go ahead and go back to Uhuru to get a fishing rod and then try to fish across here. This is something that you'll be able to do in a later stage as well, but you can definitely go ahead and get the fishing rod. It actually helps you to get different types of koish, which is a TemTem that comes in different typing. The next thing I did was go ahead and explore Chini Grotto. This is actually the cave or the kind of tunnel that we pass through to reach Taza Desert. It actually has 3 different rooms inside it. This is the first one. Apparently there is a tamer here, so I'm quickly going to go ahead and try to defeat him. He only has 1 TemTem with level 63. Even though that's super powerful, I think we'll be able to take it down. There we go. I believe Valish is a really good crystal type TemTem. If you have not selected a crystal type TemTem as your starter, I would definitely recommend this one. It also gets the scavenger trait, which is super helpful as it heals up if its opponent goes down. That might be something very helpful in a boss battle. Here's the next tamer. She has a Gulder and Pocus. Thankfully, I do have Gazuma up in front, so Electric Storm should be able to do some damage. Pocus does go down. Gulder is a bit difficult. I do not believe Saku will be able to help much, but the wind move should be pretty good. Alright, we have taken this tamer down as well. At the end of this room or the small tunnel, we do have 2 more items. Let's quickly get it. First one is an antidote and the second one is Untrapper. I've personally never used the Untrapper. Probably it's an item that I will end up selling. After all, I'm trying to collect as much money as possible. It's a bit rare in this game, so it's better for you to actually get it. Now the middle cave in this grotto is actually dark. If you do have a specific TC, you'll be able to go ahead and light up this room. In my case, I actually do not have it, or probably I have not yet taught it to any of my TemTems. So we are just gonna go ahead and use the map on the top right corner of the screen to just navigate myself. We do have this practical joker here, but I must say his costume is super cool. But this small cave actually has 2 exits. The first one is for the Earth Temple. Of course, you'll be only able to battle them if you do have all Earth TemTems in your team. In this case, I do not, so I'm just gonna go ahead and ignore this. We can definitely talk to the very first person here, and she does explain that we have to have Earth TemTems. Now, if you have been catching all of the Earth TemTems before this, I'm pretty sure there are a lot of them, at least 6 to definitely go ahead and defeat these trainers. But in my case, even though I do have them, I think I'll keep it aside. The second room in this dark tunnel leads to a kind of, it didn't, but it did have 3 items and a sticker, so it's pretty helpful. Either way, let me make my way back. The only sad thing is that I would not know if there is a sticker in this dark cave. That is the only disadvantage of navigating through it through dark. Either case, I am back out and heading out into the 3rd room. This one is pretty small and I'm not sure if we have anything significant. We have a sticker, 2 items, 3 items, and a person with white wings. I feel that this is actually a reference to a movie, but I will let you all go ahead and kind of guess it down in the comment section. Anyway, that's all in this grotto. Heading out, we do come to Taza Desert. I am not sure if you have anything else other than the purple dye that we have to pick up. This dye is actually available in one of the caves. It's actually in the northern cave, right above the center cave where you'll be able to find boulders. So here is the dye. Once we do pick up, we have to make our way back to Uhuru. I do not believe there is any stickers here in the desert. There's definitely a sticker at the edge which I've already picked up, but in the desert we do not have any stickers, which is actually a really good thing. Right, here I am back in Uhuru. Entering this house, let me talk to Ara and give her the last color that she did need. She does reward us, which is pretty nice. But that's all on the small quests that we had to take care of. Actually, there is one more. It's the fishing rod that we have to get. Since we are in Uhuru, let me quickly enter this house and talk to the guy to get my fishing rod. By the way, if you are wondering how I know which house it is in Uhuru, it's pretty easy with the map where it does point out the locations with a question mark, which tells you that you have a update on a certain side quest. Now, if you're trying to accept a new side quest, you'll actually see a exclamation mark on a area where you'll be able to find the NPC. Either way, there we go. We have got the fishing rod. I'm actually jumping around a lot of different areas. I'm also looking into the quest to see which ones I'll be able to complete. But I think most of them will only complete once I do reach Sipanku. So mostly I'll just be ignoring it. But of course we do have this whole area here to explore as well. Let me quickly go ahead and cover out this small area in this episode. Now this is also a dead end. Once we do completely explore it, I'm just gonna say where we will be ending out in. It also has a exit that you might have seen in the map. But of course, the first thing I did was avoid all of the tamers, just to kind of see how many we have to battle. I believe there are at least 4 tamers to battle here. This is the first one, an old lady. I'm surprised that there are people on this deserted place, considering that it is right next to a huge city. Perhaps they just ran away since they were Belsoto clan members trying to stop them. Right. This reminds me, I definitely have to go ahead and catch another Zizare. I believe I only had one, which I did give to Elizabeth. If I do have to battle the Earth Shrine, I will definitely need another Zizare. There's also another thing I completely missed out. This was the fact that I could have added a new team member and then went through the small part. That would have probably helped it level a bit more. Anyway, I've just gone through this area, so that's alright. But of course, these battles are pretty easy since most of my TemTems are at level 65, which is super high in level. I'm also trying to look around to make sure that I do not miss any tamers. Here's the second one. Let's see which TemTems this tamer has. Alright, I might have to switch out into my water type TemTems. Seems that most of these tamers do have a fire type or a earth type TemTem. In this case, I decided to go ahead and bring out my starter. Let's see if we'll be able to take down at least one of these TemTems in one turn. Of course I did, that is pretty good. I did go with Hurricane for the second one and we were able to take it down as well. After using Genki for so long, I feel that it has become a part of my team. Although I do want to switch it out at some point. It does get some really good wind type moves. I know Saku is also part wind type, but it really doesn't have the same moveset and doesn't get some of these powerful moves. Hurricane is actually a really good one, but Tapu in turn does get Turbine. I wonder which move is actually more helpful. In this case, we have another pair of Tamers. We have a Osukai, which is a TemTem I'm trying to add to my team. It's part earth and part melee. Quite helpful if I'm able to add it. For now, I'm just going to go ahead and target Osukai. Hopefully Turbine will do massive damage, which it does. Yep, we were able to take it down. I think my strategy of taking one TemTem down at a time is working out pretty well. It's so much better than targeting both of these TemTems. Aquanox goes down as well, and I just have to take down Gazuma. Electric type moves are really not that powerful against my TemTems, so I'm really not worried about going down. But I do have to be careful about the stamina though. Perhaps I should just go ahead and wait out a turn. Yep. There we go. Just like I thought, I was able to survive that turn. And for the next one, I'm able to take down Gazuma. Pretty good. I believe that once we do reach Sipanku, which is the next region, we'll probably have a lot of boss battles, and I feel that the storyline is going to just speed up. This is the main factor for why I'm actually trying to train up my TemTems, and also trying to make sure that I do not have too many duplicates. Right now, I believe I have two different types of duplicates. One is with water and the other one is for wind. The next thing I did was go ahead and climb up the cliff to explore all of these smaller islands. Apparently there are Belsoto clan members here. Sadly, they do say that they were left out here when everyone escaped. It's pretty hilarious. I'm just surprised that Belsoto clan would just ditch out their own members and run away. But I guess it's kind of something they've done before as well. I believe once we do defeat these tamers, they'll definitely go ahead and disappear. Let's see if that happens here. Oh, alright, they do have two more TemTems. Might have to switch out into Genki just to keep it safe. But I do have to heal it up first. Right. I think my starter can be here. Let's just go with a random move to see how it goes. I can't believe that I still have to add 3 more team members. We are definitely halfway there, or at least 3/4 of the storyline. But we still do not have a full team. It's kind of weird. The last time I went through this game, I already had a team of 6 by then. Although I must say they were actually pretty lower in level. I'm not sure how I was able to have my TemTems at level 65 by the time I was trying to defeat General X. Because the first time I played it, I just remember that my TemTems were around level 57. Maybe I might have skipped out a couple of tamers when I did play for the first time. I'm really not sure. Do let me know in the comment section if you are playing this game, at what level your TemTems were when you went against General X. I believe there is a thread online which talked about how they actually defeated General X, but then the game kind of still went to the same dialogues that we went through as well when we were defeated. That kind of gave me an idea that we probably are meant to kind of defeat or get defeated by General X. Hopefully we'll be able to take him down the next time we are going against him. He does have some unique TemTems. Although I'm really not sure if I'll be able to find those TemTems myself. Probably will be able to find them in the 6th area. In any way, we have our next 2 tamers here. We're actually electricians, which is surprising. This is literally nowhere. They're not even supposed to be here, so I'm not sure what their excuse is. But I guess all we'll be focusing on is to try and take that TemTem down. They did have a grumper, which is pretty cool. I believe it's a TemTem we would have found right next to Wambi in the tunnel. For the next two, Work Crane is pretty strong. Although I believe a water type move will definitely take it down in one hit. Let's see if Hurricane will really do some damage. And Turbine. When it comes to my team, I feel that Saku is one of the best team members I actually have. It has a variety of move. Even though it doesn't have a really good wind type move, I feel that the other moves do make up for it. Especially considering that I actually do not have a toxic type team member and I really need to have a toxic type move. Thankfully in this case Saku does actually learn it, so that is pretty helpful. Moving forward, we have our next teamer. We're almost there. I believe we'll be able to exit this area pretty soon. This teamer only has one TemTem at level 61. Village is of course pretty strong, but I'll be able to take it down with Antan. I'm also trying to use the field that will actually recover all of your team members at once. I'm also getting used to it, so I'm pretty happy about that. This is an item I was supposed to use from the beginning, but for some reason I kept forgetting that I had that item. But now I'll be able to quickly use it. I also believe that this is actually the last tamers that I have to defeat. They also seem to be dressed up as Belsoto clan, but they do not seem to be Belsoto clan team members, which is confusing. Alright, I will just try to defeat them and see what they really have to say about this. Right, Raycan is definitely pretty tough. Maybe Saku is really not the good team member to be up in front. Madrid can do massive damage on my Antan, so I do have to be a bit more careful. Yep, that mud shower did a lot more damage. Electric spread does do some damage on Madrid, and I was still not able to take down Raycan. I cannot believe that I'm struggling so much against these two. Unfortunately, Saipad is the only other team member that is healed up, so I definitely had to switch out into it. I also healed up Antan just to make sure that it survives for another turn. In this case, I'm just going to go and use Tsunami. That should do pretty good damage, or at least take down both of them. And it does. There we go. I really wish that my starter would have learned Tsunami. It's a really helpful move. Considering that most of this game is actually having double battles, it would be really helpful if it did. If I do get the TC for it, I'm definitely going to try and teach that move to my starter. But now I have completed exploring this place. There's only one thing left to do. There is an exit building, but before that, we just have to go ahead and heal up my team members. Where is the healing item? I think it's under keys. Up here it is. There we go. All of my team members are fully healed. We have one last item, and coming back, we have this exit. This exit goes back to the building where we initially entered to enter Kasiva from Tukma, if you remember. I did make my way back to where we were and found a sticker that I did miss. Now that we have explored this whole pathway, I think there's only one place left, and it is through the lift that is right next to Nuru Lodge. If you might remember, this lift was blocked before, but we do get the access to Kilim Peaks, which is a new place. Now that we have left or kind of defeated Belsoto clan from Uhuru. We do have a couple of tamers and a couple of new TemTems, so I'm pretty excited. If I do have to count, there are probably 4 new TemTems that are available in this area. I actually do not believe that there are any ice typing TemTems in this game. Even though this is actually a pretty snowy area, you'll only be able to find neutral type TemTems here. That's pretty fine. I have actually not yet caught that many neutral type TemTems. I believe the only one that I do right now have in my team is actually Toteru, which is in the box. But there is a TemTem that I need from here that I will be able to add to my team. Before that, let me quickly go ahead and defeat this tamer. Another thing to keep in mind is that Killing Peaks does not have a Temporium, so each time you have to heal up your team members, you have to make your way back to Naru Lodge, which does, by the way, have a Temporium. So you'll have to heal your TemTems there and come back here. It's a pretty long journey, but if you're willing to go through the game a bit slower, you can definitely go ahead and heal up your TemTems over there. Otherwise, just go ahead and buy a couple of healing items. Alright, now that we have defeated her, let me move on forward and defeat this tamer here as well. Now, most of these tamers do have Momo, which is a neutral type TemTem. It's pretty powerful, but if you are planning on using a neutral type TemTem for your team, I would definitely recommend Yowler. It's actually a pretty powerful TemTem that is available in a small cave up here in Killing Peaks. It's also a bit more in the rarer side. You might have to run around a bit to encounter one, but it is definitely worth it if you're trying to look out for a neutral TemTem. I also got a bit lucky while recording today, considering that we are having monsoon season here and it really hasn't rained till now. So if it does rain after this and I'm still recording, you might hear a rain in the background. But let me know how the weather is in the places that you guys are living. I'm pretty sure that there are people living in other countries as well, so I'm pretty interested in the weather over there. Right, now that we have defeated this tamer, let me move on forward on the slope. There are definitely a lot more stickers here and a couple of items as well. Ooh, this is a dead end. I really thought there was an item there. Going up the slope, it seems that we have some kind of totem. Alright, woods that are kind of sticking out from the ground. I really wish we had gotten a bit more details on it, but right now we are not really told much about that. It seems like there is a tribe that is living out here as well. Here's our next tamer. Now it's actually almost half an hour here. I think I won't be able to completely explore Killim ranges in today's episode, but I'll try to explore it as much as possible. The rest of the area can be taken up in the next episode. By the way, if you're wondering about the storyline, this is also the last episode for Backtracking. In the next one, we're just gonna complete exploring Killim Range and then move on forward to Sipanku. So definitely we're gonna take up the storyline in the next episode. Now this tamer was pretty easy to defeat as he only had one TemTem, which is Momo. You'll be able to find it in the grass right here. But before that, let me quickly go ahead and just explore this. I know the region just looks super small in the map, but trust me, there are a lot of tamers and you probably will have to defeat all of them to kind of get through to the end. You also have a side quest which will take you back to Tupma. I'll see if I'll be able to cover that in today's episode. If not, we're just gonna postpone it to the next one. Here's another sticker. Going up the ledge, we have another tamer. Oh well, just when I said that there was no rain, the rain just started outside. You'll probably hear it now in the background. but I was able to encounter a new Pokemon here, which is Oshukan. It's actually the TemTem I definitely want to add, but I do need it in a specific trait. So I'll just run around and see if I'll be able to find the specific trait on a later stage. For now, we're just gonna catch this Oshukan just for adding it into my team. Now I definitely know that this one does not have the trait I need, because when that trait comes up, or when that TemTem with that trait comes up, you'll actually be able to see it in the screen. So I'm pretty sure that this is not the one that I'm looking out for. Either way, there we go. We are just gonna catch it. Yep, this one actually has Ferror, which is really not that helpful, especially when it does evolve. So I'm just gonna keep it in the box. I was also lucky enough to find a Momo, so I'm just gonna go ahead and try to catch this one as well. Now Momo also gets a pretty good trait called Stab Master, which increases its physical type moves quite a bit. So I would definitely recommend looking into its traits before catching it. But of course, once that's done, we have two tamers here who are pretending to be Max. I wonder why. I wonder what's happening. They're quite rude as well. So we're just gonna try and defeat them. I wonder why they're impersonating her, especially after her tragic end. If you have not seen that, go ahead and check out my episode for General X. I do have him on the thumbnail. It's a pretty tragic episode. Now these two tamers do have pretty powerful TemTems. One of them actually have a Roller, which is super powerful and does massive damage on my TemTems. I definitely have to be a bit more careful of it. We also have my starter, which is surprising. I might have to try to use electric type moves. Did switch out into Psypat though. Alright. Dental does go down, but Grandpa here doesn't, so I have to wait for the next turn. Thankfully this is the last TemTem, so it shouldn't be too much stuff. Now that we have defeated these two tamers, I can finally just I guess feel a bit more peace, especially after how rude they both are. I guess I cannot really change their opinions on Max. You can definitely go ahead and skip out all of these dialogues by using the B button, but in my case I'm just going through them so that I can just read it in my own pace. We have another camp with a guy with two Momos, which is really nice. But of course, moving forward, it seems that we have two more tamers. But since it's over an hour, I think I'll go ahead and end out this episode here. We still have halfway through to go to the end, and there is another cave to explore. So I think I'll go ahead and postpone it to the next episode. Alright, hope you all enjoyed this episode. If you did, please put a like, and if you haven't yet, please consider subscribing to my channel, as it really helps me a lot. If you'd like to support me more, check out my links for Patreon and Ko-fi down in the description. But I'll see you all in the next one.